Hello, everybody. My name is Akita Carrie Aurora, and today is June 24th, 2006. Oh, 2022. I just time jumped way back. Today is the third portal of the 666 energy. I'm super excited to do this medicine wheel today. And just to see what Spirit wants to show us and to reveal to us. What I'm also trying to do today is this is a Zoom recording, and I just started using the Zoom platform to do these recordings, and they've been actually working out pretty good. But I don't shuffle on the recording. So I said, you know what, let's see if I can do a shuffle video on the Zoom. So we're gonna try that out, and then I'm gonna put the screen directly onto the desk, right? So that you guys can see the cards. I haven't done one of those in a long time, and I felt like I needed to do that as opposed to doing it and then recording it. So just get it live, right? So this is as live as we're gonna get for now. And I also wanted to bring in, since it's 666, and this is the third 666 portal during June, I wanted to do this reading a little bit differently. And instead of just the medicine wheel, we're going to also include 6 more decks. So we're doing 6 decks on the final 666 portal of 2000. Card flew out. 22. All right, so let us see what the medicine wheel is, and then I think I'm gonna just bring out all of the cards one time. I've actually shuffled. I don't know why I'm still shuffling because I actually prepared and I pre-shuffled because I was gonna do it the other way. And you know, I said, you know what, definitely summer solstice was 2 days ago, right? Yeah, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. Weeks, days, hours flying. And we're really, I mean, we can all feel the shifts, right? The shifts and the changes. So you really feel like the newness, you know? And so I said, yeah, let's do something new, you know? And that's part of these things really being real for you is you doing something new and real for yourself, you know, you shifting, whether that is the way you think, the way you act, the way you look at something, you know, your perspective, the way you approach things, you know. But as we go through all of this stuff, this astrological stuff and the portals and the solstices and all this beautiful stuff, you know, it's really to see how it's truly impacting you and what is showing up in your life. So so one of the decks we're going to do is sacred geography. Sacred geometry, the sacred geometry deck, right? So we're going to use the medicine wheel, right? We're going to do the medicine wheel. We're going to do sacred geometry to see what is happening around us. We're also going to do the sacred geometry deck that I use for relationships. So we're going to bring out 2 sacred geometry decks and see how what that's going to show us. And then I'm going to use the Moonology deck and get 3 markers. So as we move through the next 6 months, we can really look to see what markers we can look at in our own path to see where we are as these markers, as these Moonology dates come through, as well as I'm going to look at the activation, collective activation for everybody. Going to do like an activation wheel as well. And then the 6th one is a deck that I have just started using, which is a karma oracle deck, which is kind of cool because you pick your house, you pick a planet, you pick a sign, a planet, and a house, and it gives you some information in it, and you can also read sentences. So it forms a sentence for you to read. So I thought that would be good to include in today's video. So we're using 6 decks on the final 666. And everything is shuffled. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what this medicine wheel is going to reveal. All right, so just give one more shuffle for each deck. Now we're good to go. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope this month, I branded it rejuvenation, and I hope this month allowed you to rejuvenate, you know, to come in to more and more of your newness, to wither and let the dead leaves and skin. I scrubbed today. Let that dead skin fall off and truly step into your new skin, right? Your new being, whoever you're deciding to be, right? And we also have this beautiful 5 planet. It's actually 7 planets, but I think it's 2 of them you can't see, Pluto and maybe Neptune. I don't know. I can't remember, but I heard that this morning. And it's not 5 planets, actually 7 planets that are actually lined up beautifully and in conjunction, and that's truly like a marker, right? So how are you feeling all aligned in your life? You know, 7 of your planets, are they coming into alignment? Are you feeling that your career is in order, your heart, your feelings, your health, your family, your relationships, your career, you know, all of these different aspects of our lives, our spirituality, you know, friendships, our health, our family, our career, our spirituality. And what could be the other 7 ones? Just you. How are you doing? You know? How are you doing? All those lined up. How are you doing in the center? And then those 6 things surrounding you. And do you feel in alignment? Do you feel balanced? Because remember, it's harmony, balanced, harmonious relationships. So how harmonious are you feeling in this final 666? Okay, y'all see how much I like to shuffle these cards, right? And that's why when the cards are so synchronistic, it's like, oh, you know that Spirit really wants you to get that message because the shuffling is definitely complete. Well, all right. It's always good to see the ones that fly out if they come back when I actually am ready to pull. All right. Right. So we have this beautiful date, June 24th, 2022. And we are, it's also a portal. Well, it's a portal energy until the 28th. We're under some really beautiful energy for the next 4 days too. And all of this stuff, all of these portals, and you know, it's all preparation and manifestation. It's a combination of preparing to create more and actually seeing what you created now. So it's like, you know, that I know this card because it keeps on coming out. Balance. I'm just gonna keep this one out. Yeah, we're gonna keep that one out because that is truly the energy of the 666 portals. Balance. We are tapping into so much balance, right? Bringing a lot of things that are out of balance into balance for ourselves and others, relationships. Yeah, so over the next 4 days, we're in this beautiful portal energy, another portal. And it's all about us truly coming in and more coming in, opening up like that flower into our purity, into our pure selves, into our new chapters, you know, and walking this timeline, these new timelines, this new path that we're on, probably getting a lot of signs and symbols and synchronicities over the last couple of days. My new path has been shown to me, and you know, when things are shown to us, we must decide, are we going to go that route, you know? And I think over the next couple of days, it's going to give us more and more things for us to chew on, to decide, you know, more, consider these new paths and really how we want to, now that they have been revealed to us, and more will probably be revealed, how we really want to walk the new path. I mean, there's so much to decide when it comes to your own life, you know, where am I going? What do I do when I get there? How am I going to get there? You know what I mean? And then when I get there, okay, well, who am I going to be now that I'm here? You know, so, and life is about making those decisions on so many different multiple levels, you know, and it's an everyday thing. And every day we truly have an opportunity to make that decision, to expand that decision, to change that decision, you know. Adaptability is so important. So important. We get stuck in being one way and then we fight ourselves when we need to change, you know. And then we fight ourselves when we need to change out of what we were fighting to get into or resisting to get into, right? It's just the way of the human. And these cards are flying everywhere, so that means they want to get on the deck. So let me grant them their wishes. Stop shuffling and let's see. Let's see what the universe has in store for us. Let's see where we are, folks. I hope you are as excited as I am. All right, medicine wheel. So we do south, where we're releasing. We do west, where we're letting die. North, what we are stepping into and calling in. And east, the potential and the outcome. Potential outcomes, all right? Okay, one more shuffle and cut down into the board. All right, and I hope, like I said, this is my first time doing it this way on Zoom, so I hope all of this comes through perfectly. All right, so south, west, north, and east. Let's get that on there. And at the same time, I want to bring out the activation decks. Get that information at the same time. How are we being activated? How are we being activated? I'm going to leave this balance card there. How are we being activated? Okay, just checking to see what you guys can see and what you guys can't see. When I turn them over, I'll lift them all up as well. Okay. Give us two. Oops, we're just gonna get two activation cards. Two. Guided to just pull out two activation cards. Spirit, thank you so much. Being activated, collective activation. Oh, beautiful. Holy Grail, good sign. And Chamber of the Violet Flame, the purple and gold. Yay. All right. Okay, I like how you're talking to me, Spirit. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's turn over these cards. And the south position, the Time Master. Ooh, yes, yes. The Rainmaker. Yes. That's the south. Sorry, the west. And we've had so much rain. The staff. Didn't the staff come out on the first wheel? I think it did. Yep. That was our horizontal. Our vertical ascension. Yes. Love it. And the last one, the serpent. And I've been reading a lot about this. Yes. This is definitely that transformation. Okay, so what do we see before us on the deck? This is my first time doing this, so just bear with me. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so, and I have my books here too, so we'll go into the books too. All right, so the Time Masters, south is what we are shedding. The Rainmaker is what we are allowing us, what we are dying, or what we are letting die. So what we are releasing. Let's look at what we're releasing first. The Time Master and the Rainmaker. Okay, so immediately with this, what I'm seeing or what I'm understanding is that we're truly in this moment now where all time really melds into one. And that's a huge part of this reset and awakening, understanding how to step into, instead of um, being a slave to time, using time so wisely that we're creating, and we're creating things that bring forth more. And in our time, and that 9 to 5 time is so crucial. I was listening to something just yesterday, and they were saying the brain is most active between 9 and 2, and that's why school is held between 9 and 3. And what we're learning between those times really, are who are you being taught by? What are you absorbing? What are you consuming during those hours? And the whole indoctrination that we go through as children, when we go through the school systems, so uh, just as we are children, between those most crucial hours of the day, we're really being molded and consumed. Our minds are being consumed and formed, and as parents, you have to really observe and have an understanding of what you are allowing your children's heads to be absorbed with during those pivotal hours. But even the time master, like what we're shedding, we're shedding that separation also, and we're realizing that as masters, self-masters, we no longer are slaves to time. So as we tap into self-mastery and the unshedding and the tapping into ourselves, which is the Holy Grail of ourselves, that we actually realize that time is an illusion, and we can tap into the past and change it in the now moment. We can mold the future in the now moment. It's really understanding how important this now moment is. So that shedding, when it comes to time, is again looking at time in a brand new way, looking at yourself in a brand new way, so that you are this alchemist saying, okay, every day I have 24 hours. I can do so much within that time. Like even today, I made some products for a customer. I had to do this. I have some plans for this evening. And I literally said, okay, Akita, we're gonna get all things done because I have enough time. It's if when I start thinking, oh, I don't have enough time to do this, then I'm not really controlling the time that I'm working with, And sometimes, when I'm doing stuff, like literally time seems to be just going by so quickly. I don't even know where the time goes because you're so absorbed in what you're doing. You don't even realize how many hours have passed, So, but then again, if the day isn't going too good, sometimes that TikToking is feeling like, hours upon hours upon hours, time moving so slowly. So they say if you're having a lot of fun, then you're not really watching the time at all and it just speeds by. But if you're not really having fun with your life, it just feels like, literally waiting for water to boil. So as we continue to evolve and expand and discover ourselves and step into ourselves and who we are truly meant to be, and activate these new timelines and codes and genes and everything that's in us, just waiting to become more and more, we realize this beautiful game of life, and the way time is used, and the way we can use time to bring forth and manifest more. And something that Spirit wants me to remind us of, because this is heart chakra, and whenever we go into the heart chakra, that's the fourth space. So I always say it's the space beyond, it's a place beyond time and space. It's the heart chakra, because there's no such thing as time there. It's like when you go into dream realm. I mean, we're just there. I don't think I've well, yeah, like I'm just trying to remember if I ever asked in the dream realm what time it is, and I do, because I'm always like, okay, it's almost time to go back. I kind of figured out this reoccurring event in my dream realm where whenever the dream is winding up, I'm asking what time is it, because I'm now getting ready to go back into this realm here. But or I'm feeling like, I'm gonna miss my plane or something like that. So yeah, even in the dream realm there is time. I was just gonna say, there's no time in the dream realm, but there actually is. But I'm putting that time in there. So anyway, this is just bringing up a lot of contemplation right now with the dream realm and time, but being a time master. And that could even show me, really, now that I think about it that way, it could show me that in the dream realm I am conscious of the time, and I am using that time because I don't ever miss the flight or miss the plane or miss the activity. So really, how we can step into becoming time masters, because in the dream realm we don't, I guess we don't run out of time in the dream realm. So if you realize in this 3D realm, you're never going to really run out of time either. And that taps into, again, the eternity, tapping into our soul and realizing that, yes, we have the physicality, but we also have the our spiritual level, which is our soul, and that is an eternal being. So your eternal being isn't saying, oh, I've been here for 1,000 years, so can't you just hurry up? You know what I mean? Your eternal being is just here observing and guiding. It's not being clocked by time. So as we step into these new paths to truly become timeless, not just time masters, but to become timeless, and to allow your soul to guide you more, and your heart, because all of those aspects of ourselves, our heart and our soul, are truly timeless. Our heart chakras, they hold so much. Our blood holds so much memory. Even, as we look at ourselves and our physicality, what we are actually carrying, our DNA, is timelessness of our being. What's coming through our blood is our ancestors, and that's how we are connected to our ancestors. So who are you? We are the product, the manifestation of the last 16 generations. Everybody is, right? So in the aspect of time, like right now I stand here as Akita, a carrier Aurora, but I am a combination of my 16 last generations. You know what I mean? So who am I? Who am I today? Who was I yesterday? It's again, we are timeless beings. So what we are shedding is this whole aspect of how we are looking at time. And again, remember the last one was about that multi-dimensionality, and that was so important. But that is a great combination of time, realizing that within myself I'm layered, and I can tap into my past self, I can tap into my future self, I can tap into my now, and I can merge all of that and become timeless. So it's really empowering when we really expand our notions of just ourselves, and this beautiful universe that we came to be in, and how when you work with the energies of the universe and truly know thyself, how this whole story of life completely changes for you, right? And your experience with life and who you are, and what you're capable of doing and becoming. All right, so let's go into the Rainmaker, which is the West, and then I'll go straight into the book for both before we go into the North and the East. Now, the Rainmaker, we've been having so much rain. When I think of the Rainmaker, I think of creation, I think of wisdom, I think of purity, I think of manifestation, I think of creation, because rain is literally the water coming into the earth from the higher being down to the lower being, and that that also those two entities, the masculine entity and the feminine entity, earth being the feminine, the sky being the masculine, and that union between the two, and that bringing forth, as well as when we think of the Rainmaker, it's like celebration. So what are we shedding here? Because this, what are we letting die? I think what we in terms of the Rainmaker, what are we letting die since it's in the West? I mean, Spirit, what do you want me to say here? What are we letting die, Rainmakers? We're cleansing. Okay. We're letting go of the density. Yeah. So we're making it rain to release. Okay. We're making it rain. Yeah, we are the rainmakers, but understanding that we're making that rain to allow the release. Yeah. And the unshedding. Yeah. And the withering away and the movement. Yeah. This is representing the movement. So we're going into these brand new directions, and we're using the rain. We're using the rain for that cleansing. We're using the rain for the new starts. Yeah, even though it's a shedding, but the rain is the shedding. The rain is what's pushing out. And that's why, we've had so much rain. It even rained today, right? So the rain is truly allowing us to let go of the past. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like every time the water comes, it's like more of, okay, I'm giving you a brand new slate. I'm giving you new soil. I'm bringing you, I'm feeding these plants for the new growth, right? So we're in this rainy season, but the rain, and we're not shedding the rain, but the rain is helping us to shed. The rain is helping us to let go of what no longer serves us. The rain is helping us to even come into purity within ourselves, because what is that water, right? That water energy, it's the cleansing, the purification. So this rain, and it brings forth the abundance. So again, letting go to bring forth in that energy of just releasing, allowing it to go, allowing things to go, allowing the rain to wash out, allowing the rain to purify, allowing the rain to cleanse for the rebirth, for the regrowth, for the new seeds, for the upspringing, the breakthrough of the new thing. Yeah, so that's that water energy. Okay, let's go into the book. Let's go into the book with both of them, 57 and 42. All right, let's see, 57 and 42. Let's read them both. 57 says, the essence, time is a construct of human mind through which life events are seen to flow in a straight line from past to future. This, however, is an illusion. Time moves in patterns, fractals, sometimes turning like a wheel and others moving straight as an arrow. Humans see time like a ticking clock, and this image reminds us that there is only so much of it to spend in a life, like a kind of currency. At any given moment, you can see time in all its infinite potential, at once vast and all-encompassing, then shrunken and finite. It all depends on perspective. Beautiful, beautiful message. Yes. The invitation. When Time Master visits you, he asks a most important question. Will you break free from limited cause and effect thinking by moving beyond the linear illusion and welcoming the cyclical quality of time? You find yourself in a moment when the wheel of time turns and you're able to influence the past, thus changing the present and future simultaneously. This is the true test of the Time Master. You're being invited to take back your power. So let go of the past and choose to step into your life. In this moment, you are all powerful. You are the Time Master. Anything is possible now. Okay, and now we're going to go into number 42. Yes, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful message of allowing yourself to see that, hey, I am the captain of this ship. And, it doesn't matter what happened in the past, because I'm here now and I can actually alchemize that. I have more potential now. Let me choose now what to do, and that will overcome the past, or that overrides the past. seeing how much power we truly hold within ourselves, right? And that is what this wheel, that is what this last 666 is really bringing us into, truly stepping into our self-mastery. I love it, the Holy Grail. And number 42, the Rainmaker is the master of manifestation. So time master and the rain master. So true, again, knowing who we are. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty, and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain, only everyone suffers. Personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens, and all this is dormant in the fields, and people's hearts springs life again. Spring to life again. So it's like when rain is there, it's you truly understand that rain is the blessing, and that the rain brings forth the new. Rain allows the trees to grow. Rain allows the soil to have that moisture to for the seed and the soil to alchemize and bring forth, what is in the seed. So rain is just that blessing that comes to you. The invitation, the Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure you work with what is and not with what might be or could have been. Again, allowing that past to go through, to be washed away. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. I love it. Ooh. So yeah, this wheel, this medicine wheel is saying, listen, guys, you be that time master, you know, be the Rainmaker, let go of the past, be the Rainmaker. Stop seeing this as a linear experience. Step into the wholeness, the cyclical nature of the universe and how that works, and understand that. Love it. And look what cards came out for the activation, the Holy Grail and the Violet Flame. I mean, those are powerful, powerful activations, tapping into our inner self, right? And the Violet Flame, using that to, again, get to the core of who you are. The Violet Flame is a beautiful energy to get to know if you don't know it already. The Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. And the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Okay, so yes, and they complement the medicine wheel so perfectly, so perfectly. Love it. Okay, let's go into the staff. And again, whenever I see this staff, I see this ascension, literally the horizontal, the vertical rising up. This was in the first 666 and the north. So the last 666, the I think the staff was actually in the north, in the south position, and this is now moved to the north position. And then the second 666, it was the west card, which was the Seer, that moved to the north position. So in both of these wheels, synchronistic card came back, the staff and the Seer, and they both moved to this north position. Again, both indicating moving beyond the illusion, and again, uprising, right? Stepping in to our higher selves, having that alignment, that horizontal alignment, tapping into our higher selves. And again, remember, the staff we use as support too, right? What are we walking with? What are we calling in again? Because this is the north position. So in the north position, what are we calling in, and what are we walking with now? What is our support? What's in our hand walking with us? What are we, as staff, you almost kind of like lean on it a little bit, So what's your foundation? What are our new foundations? Because we've done the shedding. And the letting go. So now it's like stepping into your new self, and What are you whom are you walking with? What is your new foundation? Like this year, I'm on a life path number 4, which is all about building your foundation, and then what are you now expanding out from this foundation? I expand. It's like that bottom of the pyramid is so important. That bottom of the pyramid has to be steady so that you can rise up, right? So that staff is, again, we are rising into, again, our higher self. So we're all being activated and expanded in our own way. We're all tapping in to something new. We've all been preparing, and now the time is now here for us to truly walk steady on this new path, this the golden path, the road. I keep on saying the path is being shown, right? So the golden path is now, the bricks are now being laid down, and we now are walking on this golden path with our staff, with our strength, with our new foundation, with our ascended being, right? And then the snake. And look at these numbers. 57 is 12, which is 3. 42 is 6. The staff is 6. So we have 3, 6, 6. And 46 is 10, which is 1, right? So we have 1, 3, 6, 6. Okay, very synchronistic as well. And then balance came out, which is 3. So we have that 3 and 3. We have that 12 twice, which is 2 6s. All right, so there's a lot of 6 energy here, a lot of 3 energy, 1, 3, and 6, Hello. All right. Okay, so this snake, now this serpent is so, it's so symbolistic. So many different symbols here, and so many different meanings, based on the wheel of time masters, no longer looking at things as linear. Rainmakers, knowing we are connected and and can co-create, not just with each other, but with the elements of the earth for what we want. And knowing that when those elements come in, that, the rain is cleansing, the fire is transformation, the wind is light and truth, knowing how to work with these elements and really seeing how we are connected with these elements too, as being, again, it's seeing yourself again in a brand new way, shedding, letting that, just this 3D notion of, okay, I'm just here now, and I don't have anything to do with this. I'm not connected to the wind. I'm not connected to the water. I'm not knowing that we are connected. So we're shedding all of these old stories that no longer serve us, and these old perceptions of ourselves, knowing I am the Rainmaker. I am a time master. I hold the staff, or I am the staff, right? And I'm walking with so many things, the seen and the unseen, and my foundation. What is my foundation? What are my new foundations, right? So this shedding, we're coming into, again, this new perception of the snake. Who is the snake? What is the snake? What does the snake really symbolize? When I see this image, am I afraid? Does it scare me? What does that really represent? When I look at the snake, am I thinking of that story in the Bible? So it's showing you truly where you are right now today. What does that snake symbolize for you? And truly that will show you exactly where you are along this path, along this medicine wheel, right? What does the snake represent to me? I've learned so much about the snake. Again, the Sir, which is the 6, and the Pent, which is the 5. Like I just learned that this week. So that name in itself is the 6 and the 5, which represents so much stuff within the body, within the universe, right? And the combination of those two, right? The creation as well as the manifestation, right? Creation energy 6, manifestation energy 5, right? The serpent, and 6 and sex, creation, all of that meaning the same thing, right? The snake was the one that showed up in the Bible saying to Adam and Eve, the masculine and the feminine entity, if you eat from this, the tree of good and evil, your life will change, right? It's knowledge. The snake brought the message, right? And in the spiritual, the teachings say it's this good snake is the black snake and the green snake, the good snake and the bad snake, right? And then there's always like this snake coiled around things, right? Even in the prescription, you know, it's the snake going up the fork for the caduceus, you know, that image of the snake. They use it in the health, in quote unquote healthcare industry, right? So this image of the snake, who is the snake? What is the snake? Are you the snake? You know, again, the shedding. But what does the snake do? The snake sheds. The snake sheds its skin and moves into new territory. The snake is very familiar and very comforting. Its belly is on the ground with the earth. The snake is connected to the earth. The snake moves through the grass and is aware of everything that is in the grass as well. The snake has so much symbology, right? So again, we're shedding. What are we doing on this wheel? We're shedding. We're coming into the fullness of ourselves, the 5 and the 6, knowing the dark snake as well as the snake that had that knowledge, was knowledgeable enough to say to Adam and Eve, if you eat from this tree, we'll be separated now. Because in the Garden of Eden, instead of us looking at it again, it's perception, so much about perception and what we look at things and how we understand things and what are we consuming and how our perception. But that tree of good and evil versus just the tree of life, again having the eyes of duality versus the eyes of oneness and the cyclical nature of life. So we don't need to separate it into good and bad. We can look at it as this is a part of the cycle of life, you know? So that serpent energy bringing you into the wholeness of yourself, truly unshedding and unlayering and seeing who you are. And when you think about it, when you look at it, the whole, our DNA, right? Our that is a snake, that coil, you know, that whole, the whole our DNA, it's and what's wrapped around our DNA is light. So in some readings, you'll see that the human being, you know, that there's an essence of the human being that they identify as the snake. And what's wrapped around us, we have coils and coils of layers of tissue and skin and light and all of these different things wrapped around our DNA, right? Which is this long trail of, I guess, molecules. I don't even know if it's molecules, but DNA, right? And our DNA is able to tell us our whole genetic history and all our reincarnation and all of that. That's what's in the DNA. That's why they do the ancestry DNA now. You give them your DNA, they tell you where you come from, where you've been, you know? So that wholeness of ourself, truly understanding our relationship with the earth, because the snake understands the relationship with the earth. The snake understood that there was a tree of good and evil, or there was a tree of life, and what that eating from the apple was. They actually call it the serpent. Somebody names this animal the serpent, the 5 and the 6. You know, so and even when we look at that, this at the energy of the snake has that ability to truly wrap around something and hold it, that seems to be much bigger than itself, you know. So the power in the snake. And again, do you fear the snake? You know, when you look at this, do you just want to kill it and feel like, oh, I will not survive if this is in the same room with me? You know, I was watching some snake stuff the other day, and I literally had to turn it off because I was like, this guy is gonna get killed. And I was like, you know, you're just watching it. But it's just interesting to see how, you know, those emotions and those old stories that we heard and that programming about the snake, you know, and realizing that the snake animal, just like how the sharks, you know, they're not all out there to attack us, but we have been taught that, and that's so we think that, and then we put that in part of of our experience is real, but it doesn't have to be real if you don't buy into it. So many different levels of just this card. And it really showing you where you are right now, your interpretation of the snake, your knowledge about the snake, even in your spiritual life, you know, what does this snake truly represent to you? Is it invoking fear or is it invoking knowledge? You know, and I think that's the true question. And so you can see where you are along this path of resetting and awakening and expanding. Okay, and let's go straight into the book and see what the book says about the staff and the snake. Okay, forget about what I think. Let's see what the book says. And it's number 51 and 46. 51 and 46. 51, I got that, and 46. Okay, all right, so the staff is a symbol of authority. And I love that all the cards were upright in this medicine wheel too. It's a good indication. The staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you to find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance. Ashe, after you begin walking in that direction, Moses carried a serpent staff. Well, look at that. Moses carried a serpent staff, that symbolism again, through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. And I was going to mention that with the serpent, that the serpent is one of those animals too that hold the poison and the cure. It's just like the scorpion, you know, and it's again knowing yourself wholly, knowing the darkness within you as well as the light, and knowing that they're just both same, and you have to know how to use them. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. Yes, the staff supports. Ashe, beautiful message. And going into the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The invitation is the serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery, shed the old skin that you have been so attached to, and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful, original manifestation. Ashe, this is such a beautiful wheel. I mean, it's speaking to the power within us in so many levels. The Time Master, the Rainmaker, you know, the staff, the serpent, knowing who you are, being connected with the earth, being able to command, the elements and everything around you, the Holy Grail, the violet flame, and balance. Oh my goodness, such a beautiful message. Let's get into the Holy Grail and the chamber of the violet flame. Let's read that message. Holy Grail and Chamber of the Violet Flame. Chamber of the Violet Flame. I got to that one first, so let's start there. The violet flame is a spiritual retreat space that holds a powerful energy of transformation and transmutation. It can be visited in meditation and invoked through prayer and affirmation. Spiritually, it is seen within a chamber, often as a giant roaring flame, and sometimes with silver and gold shining through the violet. When we connect with the violet flame, we are being given the opportunity to detach from lower vibrational experiences and turn darkness into light. The violet flame is is very good to use on your sacral energy as well. And we're now, the Venus is now at our sacral chakras. So as we are activated through our sacral chakra, tap into the violet flame and help to remove anything within that sacral chakra that keeps you from feeling balanced and whole and healthy. Ultimately, this is the gateway of alchemy. Alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. And so, from an energetic perspective, the violet flame is where we place all that is leading and heavy into our life and turn it into a golden opportunity. And I mean, I think that is just the whole point of life, really, to understand yourself as an alchemist. So, like, again, that tree of knowledge that the snake was like, the tree of knowledge is understanding that you can truly alchemize anything. It doesn't have to be black or white. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's about you knowing who you are so that you can alchemize any situation that you find yourself into to be a golden experience. The message, well, connect. Visualize a fairy violet light streaming down from the heavens and washing over your entire life. Set the intention that you are willing to transmute all fear and experience light once again. When you receive this card, know that the violet flame of transformation has been brought to you by your angels and guides. They're encouraging you to see that you are in a space of radical transformation. Transformation can be overwhelming, but know that the hand of the divine is leading the way. All past trauma is now being cleared from your energy. Stay focused on releasing all of the energies that are no longer serving you. The violet flame is here to transmute fear into love. If any fear is rising up inside you, now know that it is simply a call for love. Call in the strongest form of love you know and allow those in your inner circle to support you through this transformational time. You are an alchemist with the capacity to take all the leading aspects of your life and turn them into golden opportunities. You can align your life with the divine plan now and live in a more purposeful way. And I think that's the whole essence of this circle. You know, you now know who you are and you know how to activate your divine plan. And that's why our throat chakras are being activated too, because our divine will and our divine blueprints are being laid out now for that foundation. That's the staff that we're walking with now, our divine blueprint, our divine will, because we've done the shedding and we see so much things in so many new ways. And we just, the golden path is here. The golden path is here. And all we have to do is, again, decide to walk it. But just like he said, you know, during this season of transformation, you get scared because you get into these points where you have to stand up and you have to walk the new path as your new self. And that feels a little scary too, you know, but we can do it. We can do it. And the Holy Grail, the message of the Holy Grail. And there's a lot of violet flame affirmations, prayers, meditations, whichever one your heart resonates with, use it. There's short ones, there's long ones, there's so many different ones, but you will find, if you seek it, you will find one that is just for you. And remember, you are the gold. The gold, all this golden wisdom, golden path, golden age. All of that is you understanding, just like what this card says, that you are the alchemist and we turn our wounds into wisdom. That wisdom is the goal. You see this, the Holy Grail? It's you. You are the Holy Grail. Because it's you discovering within you that there's something so beautiful and bright within you. You know, that's why in the Bible they say, yeah, the kingdom is within. It's you. It's your organisms, it's your cells, it's your tissues, it's the light within you. And we can alchemize truly what's going on in our bodies and bring forth more light. But to just understand that, hey, I can do this, you know. Holy Grail. Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. The Holy Grail has been a mystery for thousands of years. Many believe that it was the cup that Jesus drank from at the Last Supper, or that was used to collect his blood at the crucifixion, while others believe that it was a person, possibly Mary Magdalene. It's also been described as a stone, a dish, and a cauldron. The energy of this card is strongly related to a physical space, which is the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, Southwest England, a sacred garden where many go to connect with the great goddess and discover the mysteries within. As a gateway, the Holy Grail is the cup of our heart, which we can allow to be filled by source light so that we are overflowing with divine love. The energy that we call into the Holy Grail is the feminine energy of source, the Shekinah, the fierce yet graceful light that inspires us to dance to the sacred rhythm of life. This gateway, therefore, encourages us to stop searching outside ourselves for truth and go within to realize that we've had everything we've been searching for the whole time. It's like inviting the divine in, but knowing that it was already there before we asked. Connect. Place your hands on your heart space and say this simple prayer. Dear Source Light, thank you for filling the cup of my heart so I am overflowing with love. Your message, you've been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering, but the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for the treasure, but you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasure. That is a beautiful message. Beautiful, beautiful message. I think I've lived my whole life just to bring this message to people. It's a beautiful, beautiful message. And I really hope each and everybody that receives this reading really feels that within themselves, because it's such a beautiful knowing to have when you understand, truly understand who you are and the powers that you hold within. Okay, yeah, okay. So that's the message from the medicine wheel, right? Let's move this out and let's get some more cards. That made me cry. It's such a beautiful message. But yeah, that's what I'm here for, to deliver that message precisely. Okay, so let's see what the sacred geometry relationship card has other than balance. Let's bring two more cards out from that, get those messages. And then for the sacred geometry, I'm only going to do one. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful message. 666 for the collective. Thank you so much. Anything else from the stack that you want us to see and know and feel? Thank you so much. The seventh chakra are crowns. Yes. Yep. And intuition. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. And it's number 7 and number 27, which is 9. Okay. And let's see this sacred geometry deck. Let's look at that. See what cards come out. I was going to do one. Yeah, let's stick with one. Let's stick with one. Okay, just trying to see the light on this. I think just because this card is light blue, yeah, you don't see it as much, but that's the intuition card. Mhm. And again, you see that water energy there. So again, a lot of this divine feminine energy too. And all this water around us, the whole month of June has been a very watery month, right? So that Rainmaker, see, every time it rains, what is that message coming into you now? You know what the rain means. Mermaid hearts. More water energy, yes. And this water and the heart chakra. Remember when the timelessness about tapping into our hearts. Okay, so let's look at all of these messages again. The relationships, so we're done with that. And okay. So let's look at, well, balance, we know that's just, okay, it says the frequency. I'll just actually read it from the card, but I'll read actually the balance message. 7th chakra. The energy of the crown chakra supports our feeling of being connected to a higher power and part of a larger whole. So yeah, again, that message is definitely being reiterated, seeing ourselves much wider, much bigger than we've been looking at ourselves. And knowing that we, not just seeing ourselves, but knowing that we're connected to it and knowing what to do with that connection and how that connection works and impacts us and how we can impact others with that connection, right? Crown chakra, which is also the violet flame too. When we bring in light through the crown chakra, it's that violet flame energy. So that's again synchronistic with that. And again, intuition tapping, which is your sacral chakra. Sacral chakra, tapping into your intuition, being guided. Well, the combination of that sacral, well, the intuition again is that feminine energy, right? So it's a combination of actually coming from our spleen chakra that we don't tap into as much, but it's connected to the sacral chakra. And then in our higher self, it is our third eye, right? So again, that indigo energy. The energy of intuition supports our ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the three-dimensional reality. So again, seeing how you're connected using your crown chakra to tap into your intuition, showing you how you're connected and going beyond the layers of the 3D realm. Again, expansion, seeing ourselves differently. Time masters, rainmakers, staffs, that's that snake, that serpent, shedding our skins to see the wholeness of truly who we are, using our intuition and tapping into our crown chakra. All of it, all of it, all of it. And then again, the balance, the frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. So then again, you're standing in this center and you're saying, okay, there's this 3-dimension, 4-dimension, 5-dimension, 6-dimension. There's so many separate layers, but I'm a part of it all and I'm connected to it all, So yeah, I see that it's separate. I see that there are many layers, but I see that I'm connected to all of these layers and we all are. So you see yourself bigger. You're not just one of these things, you're a part of the whole. Okay, all right. In the interest of time, I'll just read one of them and I'm going to go with number 12 because it's balance and it's the energy. It's the energy of the day. Balance refers to a state of stability, steadiness, and equality in our physical, emotional, and mental states. Now that we are becoming more multidimensional and our awareness is expanding beyond the physical layers of our reality, we are learning to find balance within an increasingly complex mixture of outer and inner experiences. Yeah, and that's it. It's so many things going on at the same time, but how you find that balance within yourself and walk with that as opposed to the constant movements of everything around you. We are learning to find balance with an increasingly complex mixture of outer and inner experiences. The outer world around us is in an extreme flux as many established institutions are falling apart or are in dire need of change and upleveling, and our sense of time is rapidly moving from a past, present, future-based awareness to a continuous stream of experiencing the present moment. That was the first card, the time master. Yes, so that's what we've shed, and we've stepped into a more balanced, harmonious, knowing the cyclical and the past, present, future basis of awareness. Balance requires us to know who we are and what we are here to do. That's that Holy Grail card. Our sense of purpose gives us direction and meaning, the staff, and helps us to return to a harmonious inner state of being, even if our outer world does not reflect this equilibrium at times. Only when we understand our relationship to the whole, can we relax into the infinite currents of life and the ebbs and flows of the cosmos. Again, that water energy. Balance in relationships. Change is a constant in relationships. Good times are followed by challenging times, followed by weird times, followed by ecstatic times. Nothing stays the same for long. A time of deep intimacy and closeness might be followed with the natural desire to withdraw and detach for a little while. Only a deep anchored inner balance will provide the ability to trust and understand these natural cycles of life. One of the most defining untruths that we have been taught is that a harmonious relationship, happily ever after, union means infinite blue skies and everlasting calm waters. But the opposite is true. A meaningful relationship is the one that weathers the storm and finds a balance in all the different kinds of waves, including the smooth and easy times. Beautiful message, beautiful message. And I think that's truly what we're called to do now as individuals as we go through this beautiful reset and awakening, is to find our strength and to find our balance within. So that's why it's so important to learn and get into the practices of meditation and and doing the shadow work, so that you can, as Jesus did, walk on water. You got to learn how to walk on your waters and find that balance, right? That's exactly what that scripture is all about: overcoming our emotions and being able to walk on our water, being balanced. All right. Okay. And let's see this mermaid heart message, number 29, number 11. Mermaid hearts, again, you can see them swimming up and out and in and connecting. So this message, I know, has a lot to do with connection too. And also like the mermaids tapping into these different worlds. What does the mermaid really represent? The spirit of the water, the union of the feminine energy again too, the feminine energy of the water and merging with all of that. And do we believe in mermaids? Are they part of our past? Is that part of our future? What does that mermaid energy really represent? It goes across so many different cultures. Number 29. Oh, I said number 29, but I'm in this book looking at number 11 because my mind has already said, 29 equals 11. Again, when you program your brain, oh my gosh. Okay, so this mermaid's message is friendship, laughter, and play. And guess what? In this new path, those three things, make sure they're on your list. The new version of yourself, new friendships, a lot of laughter, and allow yourself to play. 7 mermaids dive, swim, and frolic in the ocean as light rays shine down from above. They express the essence of joyfulness, play, and friendship. Hearts created from golden spirals inform the camaraderie of this exuberant play while 2 turtles enjoy the show. And turtles are balanced in harmony with the earth. From microcosm to macrocosm, from the spin of our DNA to the shape of galaxies, spirals exist everywhere in nature. They are the purest form of moving energy. How delightful that mirrored golden spirals create hearts. This card reminds you of the importance of laughter and play in your life. Do you find that laughter comes easily? Are you daily engaged in activities that bring you joy? Do you connect with friends, sharing laughter and merriment? In the demanding pace of life today, we sometimes forget how important it is to have a good belly laugh once in a while. It is oh so true that exercising your laugh muscles is enormously important for your overall health and well-being. There is proof that having friends with whom to both commiserate and share the fun of life aids in living complete, fulfilled lives. If laughter and play come easily to you, the universe smiles on your good fortune. If you have forgotten how to play, this card calls upon you to seek out friends and bring laughter and enjoyment into your present. Laughter is infectious. Share the fun. Excellent, excellent message because it's Friday. Go out there, have some good times with your friends tonight. Me and my girlfriend are going out to have some cocktails and some good old food and mingle with friends and chat and catch up and enjoy this lovely weather. And it was raining. That beautiful blessing that we had earlier today wiped out all of the debris, and now the path is clear for us to go out and have some nice cocktails. All right, so remember, the rain is always a blessing. See what it is washing out to bring you and allow you and bring forth for you. What else? Okay, so now we're gonna do, I'm so excited to do these. So now we're gonna do the karma cards, and we're gonna just read a message. So this is signs, this is planets, and houses. And I just started using these cards, really. So I'm gonna just give a nice little shuffle. And if I remember correctly, you start with the planet, and then, no. So you start, oh, what's this? Oh. Anyway, let me shuffle. I can reference the book real quick. Oh, a house is actually the third one. Yeah. Okay, so the house, this is the house card. All right, so spirit, collective message, last 666 portal, beautiful rejuvenation month. Give us some guidance over the next 6 months as we walk these new golden bricks and this golden brick road, this yellow brick road. Dorothy was on the yellow brick road, right? What do you think that meant? You get it now, the Wizard of Oz? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Needed a new heart, Tin Man, Lion, the Tin Man. Who else? The Scarecrow, Dorothy on the golden path going to the Wizard of Oz. And when they got there, who was the Wizard of Oz, right? And what was the message? That it was all within them all along. Hey, there was no Oz. And they all feared the Oz. Even though they were walking towards it, they all had this big old fear to approach it. And it was all a big fake news. In today's language, it was all fake news. All right. Okay. They had to go through and pass through a lot of illusions in order to get the end of that path, right? By the time they had gotten there, a lot of their thoughts had been released and they had to let go of things to accept the reality and the newness that they discovered once they decided to let go of all of the fears. Okay, so let's see. So let me make sure I have this right. Where's this thing? Okay, so we set it up. Sign a planet, signs, house. Planet, signs, house. Okay, I got it. Perfect. The soul always knows, even when you think you don't know. Child, your soul is like, you got it. Trust me. All right, so let us see. Okay, so now that I know it's in the correct order, each one more time. And we'll see what planets show up. And remember, those planets are 7 planets are in alignment today. Actually, we can see it today through Monday, and it's visible. It's supposed to be visible everywhere. So I didn't wake up early this morning, but I'm going to put it on my radar now to try to see that alignment before. I can't see it. I think they said it happens every 19 years or something like that. All right, so the planet is Neptune. This Neptune keeps on coming out. The sign is in Pisces. And the house is in the 9th house. Okay, interesting. Let's learn. And this is a nice deck too, because it helps me to learn more about astrology too. So anybody learning about astrology, this is one of my newest decks, the Karma cards. I'm really loving it. Okay, so now we can read actually full sentences with this card. It says, inspire others. The first sentence, inspire others with your dreams as if it or they came from all there is. Ooh, okay, so that's the first message for our spirits. It says, inspire others with your dreams as if it or they came from all there is. Now, the message for our mental body. Be prepared to sacrifice for your idealization of the philosophies and laws involved. And what that means to me is that whatever it is that you believe in, be willing to make the sacrifices, the needed things that you need in order to be what you believe in. You know what I mean? So if you believe that in this whole thing about self-mastery and, you can be the god of yourself, then you got to walk that walk and you got to alchemize when stuff shows up. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're saying you believe in, you got to be that. No more, I believe in this, but then, again, like I believe I'm a child of God, but then you being scared of everything. No, doesn't make sense. Doesn't fit. Okay, so look back at what do you really believe and see if your beliefs and your actions are actually aligned. Are you really walking the path that you say that you believe in? And you could believe in anything you want. I'm not here to tell you what to believe in, but I am in here to encourage you to believe in yourself and to be all that yourself can be. All right. Then the physical message is yielding is the only way to be a part of something overwhelming and do it in a big way. I love that message. Yielding is the only way. This third line, and that's for our physicality. Yielding is the only way. Again, we must shed to step into something much bigger than ourselves, to be a part of something overwhelming. That last line, to be a part of something overwhelming and do it in a big way. So those are beautiful messages. And now when we turn these over, there are other sentences as well that we can tap into, which say, the idealization of spirituality to ultimately experience spiritual values. So again, ideology again. And what we're going through now is a lot of everybody's ideology. Believe in this, you believe in this, you believe. So it's like the fight of the ideologies, or the clash of the ideologies, which actually was the prediction for this very moment, this time of the reset and the reawakening. I remember in 2018 and 2019, when a lot of the astrologers were speaking about what was going to happen once 2020 came in. What we didn't have the information in terms of COVID, but and Corona and all of that. But what they said is that it was going to be a clash of ideologies. And that's exactly what it is. And that's why you have this cancel culture. And if you don't believe in this and that, and if you don't believe this, then, just the fighting of what do people believe in? And the reality is respect what anybody believes in. Can you as an individual respect me? You don't have to agree with what I believe in, but just give me that respect as a human being, and I will give you the respect to you as a human being for you to believe in whatever you want to believe in. Because if that empowers you, then go with it. Because what I believe in has definitely been empowering me. Confusion regarding trusting your psychic knowledge of long-range thinking or travel. That's for your mental again. Confusion regarding trusting your psychic knowledge of long-range thinking or travel. So as you go through all of these changes or whatnot, or tapping into your intuition and your clairvoyance and your psychic abilities and your telepathy, we might have some confusions about what that really is. So, work with it and get that clarity. And then the third sentence is sacrifice resulting from the indecision of or about what is to be shared. So what do you keep to yourself? And what do you share with others? What I'm getting there is boundaries and borders as well. What is for you and what is for others, even in terms of telepathy and psychic ability. When these messages come in, is this message for you, or is this something that you share with others? So, and again, Neptune, Pisces, and in the 10th house. So in the 9th house, I'm guided to read what's in the 9th house, Neptune and Pisces. I'm not sure how long this taping is going to be, but I think I'm thinking I'm actually good on time. Actually turned my phone off, but I did that so it could be charging, and I just realized that my phone isn't charging. Okay, then. So Neptune, Pisces. Let's read the 10th, the 9th house. I keep on saying the 10th because yesterday I was reading about the 10th house. Let's read about the 9th house. The 9th house, while the authority figures symbolized by the 10th house derive and exercise their power through personal interaction, the 9th house symbolizes the authority of concepts and ideas that are respected by the world. When the 10th house authority figures tries to influence us, there are usually other factors involved that require us to consider this influence seriously. But influence of a 9th house authority is important because we know it has made an impression on others, and so we will seek it out. We may have heard about the philosophy of this 9th house source because of another 9th house process, the widespread dissemination of knowledge. This brings the internet, publishing, and broadcasting under the heading of the 9th house activities. I just was mentioning that this whole cancel culture and the ideologies and you're right and you're wrong and all of that, we must go beyond that. These concepts could be twisted to represent propaganda and fake news. Didn't I mention fake news? Unless we use our higher mind, our ability to see that the forests and not just the trees, the ability to see the forest and not just the trees, to discriminate between what is being presented to us as absolute truth and what we know or believe to be true. For this reason, the 9th house has come to be associated with higher learning, including both the teaching process involved and the knowledge and the wisdom to use that knowledge that is supposed to be conveyed by institutes of higher learning. The 9th house image of wise judgment of a respected authority leads to the concepts of justice and laws, but justice and laws must exist within the framework of the culture that gives rise to their existence. Customs must be considered when framing laws, or else the laws will be disobeyed. The combination of customs and philosophy result in religion. But at the core of all religions are the spiritual values that were put into words by the founder/philosophers who tried to best explain the nature of God. Quite a task. So really everything is just somebody's perception of what they think God is, and that exchange and relationship that they're having with God. So make sure you put yours in there too. Don't have your own experience with God, and allow yourself to experience God, and have you write your scripture, so that as when God speaks to you, it's speaking to you, and you don't have to go to a third person for that. You understand the signs, again, signs and synchronicities, the nature, the netaru, what is that language that nature is having with you? How is nature speaking to you? Quite a task. It's easy to see why travel that expands your understanding of the world and your place in it is a ninth house affair. Travel can be viewed as the other end of broadcasting, and instead of the world coming to you, you go out and see the world. The world will also observe and interact with you as you encounter new customs and philosophies of life. And that's the expansion. As you expand and allow different philosophies and different cultures to come into you, you understand, and see the wideness and the expansiveness of this world, and all these ideologies that make up the world, and that have come up through culture and through religion and through representation of perception of nature. And so the ninth house enables you to form goals that are not solely based on the influence of personal experience and teachings. The perspective allowed by the ninth house offers us the opportunity to step outside of our individual self and view the world a little more the way God might see it, with tolerance and appreciation for the differences of others. Well, hey, isn't that isn't that sum it all up? The ninth house is ruled by the planet of Jupiter. Yay, expansion. And the sign of Sagittarius. Ashe. I love it. I absolutely love it. So guys, I think that concludes. Oh no, I haven't done the moon ones yet. Okay, so I wanted to use 3 markers. Let's see how these 3 moon markers correlate. Let's see if any more Neptune and Pisces come up. And look up Pisces and look up Neptune too, and see what messages they have for you there too. I don't want to make the reading too long, so I don't want to read that. But that Neptune and that Pisces, we're ending the age of Pisces, right? Stepping into the age of Aquarius. That mystical Pisces energy, very mystical. Neptune too. Neptune is Scorpio. So both mystical signs. I think Neptune is Scorpio. Both mystical signs, rebirths. The water energy for Pisces, the fish, ending that age, stepping into the age of Aquarius. Then if Neptune is Scorpio, that's that death and rebirth and release, rebirth and death and rebirth. Again, stepping into newness, the shedding. Yep, the shedding and the allowing. All right, let's see Moonology. What message is coming in from the Moonology deck? The new moon in Leo, time to shine. Ashe. Well, we don't have to read that anymore. First quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Yes. All right. Time to surrender. We must surrender. Surrendering is such a big tool, in terms of this ascension thing. Allowing, do what you have to do, but you must surrender. We cannot control all aspects. And this is going to be the last card. So look for that last quarter moon in Taurus. See when that's happening. The new moon in Leo, well, we know that's going to come up during the summer. The first quarter moon in Taurus, we probably did that already, but make a note. The next cycle, see what comes up next time that first quarter moon in Taurus comes around your way. The new moon in Leo is coming up clearly in August. And the last card is the new moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Well, here we are. We're all preparing for this age of Aquarius, right? And it's opening up ourselves up to change. If you haven't gotten on that bicycle, jump on it, or elevator, jump on it. We have to be open up to change. We have to release our control and surrender, and we have to get ready to shine and be the new selves and the new us's and shine, 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 shine. And my phone's ringing, so we're gonna end this video right here. Okay, I hope they don't cut this video for that little song, but that was a nice little intermission. But here it is, guys. It's time to shine, okay? Walk with your staff, be a rainmaker, be a time master, know the snake, know the serpent, know who you are, find your holy grail, do the violet flame, be in balance, tap into the 9th house. Anything else? Tap into your 7th chakra, tap into your intuition, and just be beautiful. Be beautiful, you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to do this. I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I didn't tell myself, you don't have enough time because you got to go out. So I did everything. That was actually my customer calling. That's my customer calling saying, where's my scrub? It's already made. And that's why I'm shining, because I made a beautiful sea salt scrub today and I used it and I'm ready to bask in this newness of my life as well. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful 666 end of June portal. I hope this month was wonderful for you. I hope it served you. I hope you blossomed, and I hope you shedded some stuff, and I hope you were able to walk into your power. And we got more. We got the 7-7, we got the 8-8, we got the 9-9. This is not over yet. We are really just starting, just starting our new paths. Okay, so you can do it. It's time to shine, and look out for that new moon in Leo. I think that's the one most, I think that's the closest one coming up, right? Because we would have had that new moon in Aquarius. Actually, we might still have this new moon in Aquarius. Or did we just have the new moon in Aquarius? I'm not sure, but make a note of it. And definitely the new moon in Leo. The new moon in Leo and the new moon in Aquarius. Rising sign and my sun sign. Yay! All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and see you maybe next week. I'm sure I'll think of something to do. Bye. Have a wonderful 666. I love you all. And I think this worked out perfectly. I'll have to watch it, but yeah, I think it worked out perfectly. Bye. Just try new things. Don't be afraid. Try new things. It'll work out perfectly. And if it doesn't, just try again.